Hailing from a land of black magic. Yes, black magic. Or so the original Super Mario Bros. Manual states. Mario has had many adventures that we've all been a part of, from battling Bowser's army, to a friendly game of the Lynx, to even exploring the galaxies. All this is quite a feat for one man to accomplish, and one might even call Mario the Winston Churchill of gaming, since he's mastered so many skills and is proficient in all of them. But is this something he accomplished through sheer willpower, or is something else at play here? Is Mario just your typical Italian plumber? Or is there more at work here than we think? Could Mario be a superhero? Or something even greater? Let's take a step back and look at Mario's abilities, which are amazing to say the least. One of Mario's most notable skills is his ability to jump. Not only does he have an 8 to 10 foot vertical, but as he continues to jump in a row, his jumping ability is amplified exponentially. Like, I'm pretty sure he just cleared 20 feet easy. And that one. Well, I don't even know how to measure that one. The highest jump ever recorded was about 5 feet by Justin Bethel. That's like a fraction of Mario's. While Mario is obviously a fantasy character, that trait alone makes him superhuman. But we didn't even mention what he is capable of doing with jumping. His jumps are strong enough to smash opponents and even break through solid brick blocks. The last time I tried smashing through bricks, the bricks obviously won. And that was only a single layer. I can't even imagine how difficult it must be to break through a cluster of bricks that is at least a foot or a foot and a half in diameter. So if we do some quick math here, we have about 20 bricks times the velocity of a human's jump equals someone obviously dying. That is, unless that person is a certain plumber we know. So either Mario has an adamantium skeleton like our boy Wolverine, or something else is afoot. He's even used as a weapon for Bowser in Super Mario RPG. Furthermore, when Mario is smashed or suffers from a serious fall, he is capable of returning to his normal form by springing back to his original composure. Does that mean he has regenerative abilities, or is this just in the realm of cartoon physics? Regardless, it is something to consider when measuring the depth of his abilities. And speaking of depth, how about water? Or breathing for that matter? Who needs oxygen when you can wear spiffy blue overalls? In a majority of games, Mario is able to breathe underwater without needing to return to the surface for air. A few of the games are an exception to this because his health decreases the longer he's underwater and he eventually drowns. Poor Mario, if only he had returned to the surface sooner so he could, breathe through his feet? Yep, Mario can breathe through his feet. His most powerful ability is revealed. Water isn't the only thing Mario can sometimes not drown in. In fact, Mario doesn't need oxygen in space at all. If anything, his abilities are amplified in space since he no longer takes damage from falls, and he can double jump in midair while spinning. You're slowly starting to seem a lot less human, Mario. Next, let's dive into strength. Yep, you guessed it. Mario's a beast. Besides his brick-smashing physique, Mario has the arm strength of a champion, from shattering barrels with punches to slinging around a hammer with ease. Jesus, you're gonna murder someone. There's also a lot of tossing, from huge bombs to Bowser, and he just threw Bowser like 200 feet, so I think that's a testament to his strength. Dear God, Mario, that's a castle. What are you? Moving right along, we haven't even touched on Mario's fire abilities. As if this reigning champion of destruction needed one more thing added to his recipe of win. While some games require Mario to be in possession of a fire flower to utilize this skill, a lot of times he can summon fire without one, even in friendly games of baseball. I mean, who needs to take a base from getting hit when you can just burn the ash and blow to third? A counter strategy at its finest. With all this madness that is Mario, surely he has to have some kind of weakness. Superhuman strength, an indestructible skeleton, the ability to breathe underwater, and the mastery of fire. With our powers combined, we are Captain... Wait a second, his hat! That's his weakness! His kryptonite! His color yellow! His 60 minutes! Mario's hat is a source of power and protection. For example, in Super Mario 64, if you lose your hat, you take more damage. Furthermore, in Super Mario Sunshine, you slowly lose health until you eventually die. In Super Mario 64 DS, Toad mentions that Mario's hat is special and without it, bad luck will ensue. So is this really what makes Mario powerful? If so, where did the hat originate from? While I would love to believe that Mario's hat is his source of power, there just aren't enough examples to solidify it. When it is briefly lost in other titles, I don't see much change in Mario, although he does seem a bit concerned after it is taken from him in Super Mario Galaxy 2. Perhaps we won't ever know. One thing is for sure though, Mario is far from an ordinary plumber. Is he a superhero? Is he a demigod? I didn't even mention the fact that he can return to life after dying, but that's a whole nother story. What do you think? If you have any Mario insight you'd like to share on this topic, please do. Until then, we can just assume that Mario will be leading the Justice League shortly. Step aside, Superman. There's a new red and blue in town. Thanks for watching.